Something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, et cetera. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have been built up over many years, know your customer, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Okay.
On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
Inflation, you mentioned it ticked up the last couple of months. Isn't it likely going to tick up some more?
Look, at the end of the day, the consumer will pay for the costs. Companies may eat some of the short-term costs. They may eat some of the intermediate costs. But long-term, companies are going to pass these costs along. Companies are not going to decrease their profit margins. Remember, they have a responsibility to their shareholders, to their equity, to their debt service, to their debt covenants. They're going to make sure that they're running their business efficiently. And as long as their competitors in the same position as they are, which they are, the price is going to be ultimately passed down to the consumer.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. We've been in the same trading range. Now, of course, if these inflows can stay where they're at right now, we'll stay in the same trading range. If not, we're going to pull back. And then we know next week is like clockwork. We start to move up. Now, also right now, we have stocks flat. And of course, we got Jerome in the house. And we're going to go over that later. And we had Michael Saylor's strategy buys $2.4 billion in Bitcoin. And of course, he laid out the blueprint for the rest. But we know this won't end well. But right now, you gotta ride it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now flat. And again, we got Jerome in the house. We got the dollar up strong. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have stable coin transaction volume surpass Visa in Q1 of 2025. And we know the emerging markets are pushing that volume. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 171 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we got Jerome in the house today. And it looks like he is going to pause because, guys, we got more data in. We have PCE, which the Fed goes off of, moved up higher. That means inflation is still sticky. GDP numbers actually came out today at 3%. Of course, that's way better than expected. And Trump hit to social media, says that the economy is doing great and these tariffs are not causing inflation. But guys, we know that these corporations front ran it, and going towards the back half of this year and next year, we're going to get more inflation from these tariffs. But looking at the numbers, the Fed is going to pause. Of course, we get the jobs report on Friday, but Jerome will be gone by then. So we won't see Jerome Powell again until September, going towards the fall. And then we know New Year's is in September, and the entertainment is going to start to pick up on this back half. It never fails. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Trump announces a 25% tariff on India. And we know it's going to be even worse on China. And that's the reason why they keep pushing back this date. But remember, China is already going to be moving those goods to the emerging markets. They could care less. But when these BRICS nations stop buying these U.S. treasuries and stop using the dollar 100%, we know the United States is going to take a hit. But remember, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And we see the U.S. and China have agreed to extend their talk on these tariffs and the trade agreement. But the trade war and currency war is right around the corner. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs are up. And we have the SEC approves in-kind creation and redemptions for Bitcoin, Ethereum ETFs. And guys, we know that helps take away the cash out of the system. Because remember, when they want to come out, they have to cash out. Now they'll be able to start and finish a trade with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we have the White House crypto report is coming out today. I haven't seen it yet. If I get to see it on the second video, I'll go over that. But of course, the second video is going to be mainly about Jerome and the house. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have eToro launches 24/5 trading for 100 U.S. stocks, expands future offerings, and announces plans to tokenize U.S. equities as ERC20 tokens on Ethereum. And guys, we know how big this Ethereum ecosystem is going to be. It is definitely the new internet. And then we have Coinbase derivatives to launch Nano Solana and Nano XRP U.S. perpetual style futures on August 18th and expanding their derivatives offerings to provide enhanced market access for U.S. investors. Also, we have Coinbase add Samsung Pay for crypto purchases in the U.S. and Canada. And this is key to adoption. Samsung and Apple are the ones that are going to be able to push adoption easily, because the millennials and Generation Z, that's all they want to do is use their phone, tap, and keep it moving. And we know those are the two phones that are used the most. And all this technology, remember guys, is about the next generation. It's never about the older generation. It's the younger, because that's the only thing that they're going to know. And we know when it comes to these millennials and Generation Z, they accept anything. They are no longer critical thinkers. And remember, the crypto teacher tells you. And then lastly, Coinbase once again partners with Chase. And we know Chase is a subsidiary of JP Morgan Chase and Company. And remember, guys, this is a plan that moves in phases. We know the banks are the biggest what? I'll let you finish that. They planned this narrative out to perfection. This was a genius plan. Evil genius, but a genius plan. Never forget, Bitcoin was supposed to get rid of the banks, but we see the banks have taken over crypto. But with this partnership, consumers will be able to use Chase credit cards on Coinbase, redeem reward points for USDC, and directly link Chase accounts to Coinbase. And all we're seeing is a push for adoption, merging the legacy banking with crypto with a couple clicks. Guys, we knew it was coming, but now it's here. And all they do is have to dangle that carrot, those reward points, and you'll be able to get USDC, which are nothing but dollars, will definitely push adoption. And remember, the crypto teacher tells you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.